it's kind of legendary how Fred MacMurray would film all of his scenes in one, rapid fire stretch, and then he'd bounce. And then you guys would film the rest of the scenes that he wasn't going to be in. So how confusing was that for you? And how did producers keep your hair and clothing consistent and keep you guys from growing?
It's a continuity person.
Yeah, continuity. But it's a tricky...
We had a great continuity person. Her name was Jean Belcher, and she didn't let anything get by her. A few times things got by. And I mean, where they had problems with me when I was about 13, I think within a 3-month period, I had a growing spurt of about 4 inches. So
wow,
that was a big deal.
And what if your voice changes?
Anymore.
Yeah, I think that the guys, we were kids, so you just roll with whatever. It's just the way we worked. And you'd work out of 10 episodes a day, meaning you'd have 10 different storylines that you'd have to.
Wow.
It wasn't like, Dr. Zhivago with this complicated thing. It kind of was about the skateboard, or this one was about a date or something, learning to drive. So it wasn't real complicated. But nonetheless, we did have to know the older guys, Bill Frawley, William Demarest. They were old school. And then back in the day, they were used to doing 2 pages a day, and then they'd off to Musa Franks. This was a little different way of working for them because, they do 10, 12 pages a day, which is quite a chunk of work. And again, the storylines would be kind of, you'd have to know what was happening in each one to keep it straight. So it was a challenge for them.
Weezy, you brought up Fred MacMurray. I have a question about Fred MacMurray because I was such a fan. This had to be honestly one of the most versatile actors. I mean, he did Double Indemnity and The Apartment, where he was this menacing character. But he also did The Absent-Minded Professor and Shaggy Dog.
Range.
He really had range. How was he to work with? Was he patient with young people?
He was, what you saw pretty much on My Three Sons, I think, is who he really was.
Wow.
That show was kind of created for him. He and his wife, June Havert, adopted twins, and he didn't really want to go out of town anymore doing movies and be gone for 3 months at a pop. So My Three Sons offered him a job that you could drive to work in the morning at 8:00 and be home by 6:00, have your weekends free, have your summers off, and you get to be with your kids.
It's a Shirley Jones story.
It offered him a boatload of money as well, too.
There you go.
Yes.
That's a nice incentive.
And ownership of the show.
And legend has it, he kept all the money and invested well.
He invested well, and I guess hopefully I'm not talking out of school too much, but I wrote a song, in fact, you can find it on YouTube, called The Ballad of Fred MacMurray, and it's kind of, I think, a cute little song. But I went to talk to Julie, one of his daughters. I said, I'm writing this song, and I'd like to get your blessing, and if you can tell me anything about Fred that I didn't know. And I found out quite a bit, because Fred was an extremely private man. Very conservative. I mean, we all knew that, but she told me that he lost his entire fortune, and he had a fortune. He was known to be one of the wealthiest men in Hollywood through investments in real estate, through all the stock that Disney gave him to do all those movies. They couldn't meet his regular salary, so they gave him stock. But he had a business manager, and the story I was told was it was the same guy that John Wayne had.
Whoa.
And Wayne warned MacMurray, get away from this guy, that he's no good. And, MacMurray didn't do that. And according to Julie, she said he lost a lot of money, most of his fortune.